TIFU by forgetting I was having groceries delivered and consequently traumatizing the delivery driver. So this stuck-up happened about 45 minutes ago and I'm currently laying in the bath recovering. I ordered a food delivery from the local supermarket to be delivered this morning. I work from home so it's super convenient. I had had a super shitty day yesterday so was having a slow morning. It got to 10 AM and I was still in my dressing gown, with no belt and nothing underneath, hair unwashed and awful, and mascara down my face. I get a knock at the door and think it's the postman, only to see that it's my food delivery. I'm annoyed at myself as I completely forgot. Usually I'd be ready and dressed and have shut the cats in another room. They're currently indoor but try to escape. This is where the first thing goes wrong. I go to take the first tray from the driver. We get the food delivered in big basket trays. You take them into your house and unload, then go give the trays back. As I take it, my dressing gown swings open and I'm fully naked underneath. I panic and turn around quickly apologizing, but from the red glow emanating from his face, he clearly saw everything. I run to the kitchen and dump out the shopping, grab a scarf from my coat rack and tie that around my waist, making me look ridiculous but at least covered. He is now bringing the other 2 trays to the door. I pick up the second. As I'm walking to the kitchen, one of my cats makes a run for the open front door. She's recently rescued and not allowed out quite yet, so I panic and try and block her way with my foot. At this point, my lower back completely gives way, and I collapse to the floor in pain, covering myself, my cat and everything in the groceries, including a jar of cornichon that smashes. I'm now on the floor and can't move, covered in pickle juice, already looking a state, and I have a very angry cat next to me. I'm so stuck I have to call to the delivery guy, who has to come into my house and help me up, at which point I'm almost in tears from the pain. My other cat has now appeared and it's trying to lick up the pickle juice, so he's also trying to move her away at the same time. He helps me into the living room and brings the next tray of food in for me and starts to empty it on the sofa as I'm half laying, half sitting on the floor next to it. I then realize how awful my living room looks, as I said I had an awful day the night before and had consoled myself badly by finishing a bottle of wine and then moving on to some gin. Both of which bottles are still on the living room table, with the gin lid off, as I hadn't yet cleaned up. You'd think that'd be it, and I've already disgraced myself enough looking like an unemployed alcoholic with no personal hygiene and half in tears, but oh no. My newer cat decides it's time to come hurtling back down the stairs and straight out the front door, which the delivery driver let swing open again when he rushed in to pick me up. So now I'm unable to move and now actively sobbing as I'm in a lot of pain and I'm panicking she'll run off. Between sobs I ask if he could possibly try and catch her, as I can't move and she's old and scared. Luckily he is a hero and manages to wrestle her back in, which is no easy feat as she's over a stone and very bitey and hissing. He practically eats her inside and runs back to the safety of his little van without a look back. It took me 20 minutes to get up and hobble upstairs to get in the bath and then another 20 minutes to lower myself in. And to cap it off, I'm now in the bath and realized I haven't put any shopping away, including ice cream. TLDR. Forgot I had food being delivered, unintentionally flashed the driver, then asked him to pick me up after my back went, then accidentally made myself look like an unemployed alcoholic, then had to ask him to rescue a very angry cat. Also my ice cream has probably melted. TIFU when I fed my dog weed. Throw away cause no one needs to know where my mouth has been. Yesterday, for the first time, I fed my dog CBD doggy treats. According to my woke veterinarian, CBD products are not only beneficial to humans, but apparently also pets. Especially pets that are old as fuck and struggling with arthritis and shit. Like my poor pug. My vet referred me to one of her clients who owns a pet shop. Cut to me inside said pet shop where the shop owner, a kind and articulate old man, thoroughly explained the benefits of CBD dog food and assured me it was safe and would have zero psychoactive effects on my dog. I was skeptical but willing to test it out. So, I strolled out of the shop with a dope bag of dog food. I got home, followed the instructions on the back of the bag, and watched my dog gobble those treats like the fucking Cookie Monster. One would have thought I starved the motherfucker for days the way he frantically finished his food. I was happy that he seemed to enjoy his new weed diet. Now, even though it was only day one, I have to admit, I did notice an improvement over the course of the afternoon. Usually my pug would not be in the mood to do shit other than sleep all day, but after that meal, he gradually seemed to be returning to his old self, or rather, young self. He became really playful and didn't seem to struggle that much to run around. My best friend was back. I was so over the moon. If there was a Disney song playing, I would have been an emotional mess. Fast forward to bedtime. My dog was still in the mood to play. As happy as that made me, I had work the next day and needed rest. Luckily my bed was too tall for my pug to climb or jump on, so I just ignored him and hoped he settles down while I sleep. Lo and behold, I woke up around midnight to find my damn dog on my bed, humping my fucking face. The horny bastard had his little paws tightly wrapped around my head while he rapidly and repeatedly rubbed his balls against my mouth. I pried him off of me mid-hump. As I was holding him up baby Simba style, he was still pug-pumping the air uncontrollably and showing no sign of slowing down. I now know what doggy pre-cum tastes like. Think I'm gonna stick to regular dog food while I recover from the midnight face fuck. Still have no idea how he got onto the bed. TLDR, put my dog on an experimental diet and turned him into a fucking face hugger. TIFU by sending my dad dragon porn. TIFU by sending my dad dragon porn. Through a comedy channel I watch on YouTube, I am introduced to the wondrous man known as Chuck Tingle. For those who don't know, Chuck Tingle is a two-time Hugo Award nominee and author of such classics as Space Raptor Butt Invasion, My Billionaire Triceratops Craves Gay Ass, and Pounded in the Butt by My Own Butt. Yes, those are books that exist in real life. And yes, he actually was nominated for a few Hugo Awards through really weird circumstances. I encourage you to Google this man for entertainment. Needless to say, I am amused and intrigued, and I send myself down a rabbit hole. Because I have 20 minutes to kill and want to see just how absurdly ridiculous these stories get, I head to Amazon and type in Chuck Tingle. 10 minutes later, I've found countless books that have fetishes that are so ridiculously specific I have trouble believing that they weren't written as a joke. Not that I'm at all kink-shaming, but until someone tells me to my face that their fetish is a sentient rear end with hawk wings and a dick plowing them in the ass, I'm going to assume the book listed above is a joke. By the end of my search, I was running out of Chuck Tingle titles and kind of back to titles that were obscure but still believable. I had hoped that there were other authors akin to Chuck Tingle and was searching around in the those who liked this also liked section to see if I could find anything else. No real luck. I was about to close the window and be done, but something caught my eye. This book $0 on Kindle with Kindle Unlimited. I, an avid reader and impulsive buyer, was curious and clicked on it. Better luck yet, they were giving out a 3-month free trial. Assuming they'd have better free books for me to read on Kindle Unlimited than taken by the gay unicorn biker, I just click the sign up button thinking it will take me to a page where I type in my credit card or something. It did not do that. Instead, it showed 2 pop-up windows, one after the other. The first pop-up window is thanking me for starting my free trial. It's at this point that I remember I borrowed my dad's Amazon Prime account so I could catch up on a few TV shows. And I had just signed him up for a free trial of Kindle Unlimited. The second pop-up window informed me that the book I was looking at was just automatically added to my reading material. TLDR. I just unintentionally remotely downloaded Doing the Dragon, a collection of 8 dragon erotica stories to my dad's Kindle and am now desperately trying to think of how I can convince him that I didn't just try to read dragon porn. TIFU by being racist at the age of 6. So this happened in kindergarten when I was about 6 years old. Keep it in mind that the kindergarten was the kind where you would spend the majority of your day, including a nap and 2 meals. There was a new kid from China who came to our kindergarten, because her parents were too busy to take care of her due to the fact that they were trying to find a sustainable job. She didn't speak our language, but the caretakers were trying their best to make her feel right at home by cooking dumplings or noodles and playing old Chinese music into the speakers. Quick note, I live in a post-communist European country, so in the early 2000s there weren't too many foreigners who wanted to live here. Things go pretty well, yada yada, but one day little me decides to do a stupid thing. I was amazed by the fact that she had small eyes. I was a toddler, please don't kill me, and I had the wonderful idea to put tape near my eyes in order to stretch the skin around them. Then I went to her and screamed hi, because I thought it would have been funny. But she got hella scared and started crying. After that, my parents and her parents were called to pick us up. Dad thought it was funny, but Mom was very mad at me and had a talk with me, explaining what racism is. The girl's parents were pretty confused at first, but they started laughing once they understood what my intentions were. BTW, the most amusing part is the fact that I grew up with that girl, since we went to the same school and high school together, and we're best friends. TLDR, I made a racist joke at the age of 6 without even knowing what racism is. Edit, I misspelled the word speak. Wow, you made it through the whole video. Thank you for your time. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Have a good day, or evening, or morning, or night, or whatever.